during this lockdown session. So before I start the work, I would like to thank Biraj ji for giving all of us this beautiful platform to vent out our feel, angst, happiness, everything through our words. A big applause to Realm of Poem and all the best for the first anthology waiting to come out, Sutrism and Mimamsa. So secondly, I would thank Kumarji for giving this beautiful idea of workshop about haiku poems. So thank you both of you, and I'm privileged that you all gave me the opportunity to hold this session. So good evening. You all know me by the pen name of N. Jairam 6, and my name is Nirupama Jairam from Chennai. So let us start the program. Everyone know haiku. It's a beautiful short poetry form, a Japanese poetry form. The essence of haiku is nothing but it's cutting. Like they used to describe beautiful nature. The Japanese people, they first started writing it to describe the nature, Mother Nature, and its beautiful sceneries by cutting it in and placing between the juxtaposition. So they represented by juxtaposition, that is of mixing the two images or ideas. So traditional haiku consists of 17 syllables. They used to call it as more. Later on it is translated as syllables. Lately they used to write, Japanese people, they used to print in a vertical format. That is one single line containing those 17 syllables. Later on, when the English people, Western people adapted that haiku, they gave a format of 3 lines with 5 syllable, 7 syllable, and again a 5 syllable. 3 line format they gave. Mostly haiku juxtaposition. Juxtaposition is nothing but 2 different contrast subjects, like a boy, a girl, dark and light, wind, something. 2 contrast subjects are connected using the juxtaposition format to describe a haiku poem. So juxtaposition in a literary text occurs when the author deliberately places 2 contrasting things side by side in order to highlight the differences. So here I read one example. That is the translation format of a haiku, Japanese haiku poem. So you won't find the syllable correct in it because it is the translation format. So here I read that the wind of Fuji. I have brought on my fan, a gift from Edo. See, here you can find a wind of Fuji, and it is compared to that I have brought on my fan. The wind of Fuji he bought on his fan. Here the 2 different subjects are wind of Fuji and fan. He beautifully placed the juxtaposition over here to describe the general term wind. So the poem relatively all will be like this to write a beautiful haiku poem. So here I wrote one poem using the juxtaposition. Imbibing darkness, glowing ball not dead, reborn. Oh, the ring of fire. This poem I wrote during the solar eclipse which occurred during 2019. So here I used darkness, imbibing darkness, and glowing ball not dead, So here I am representing glowing ball as sun. It is not dead. It is reborn as a ring of fire. So after writing, what I meant here is, even though sun imbibed by the darkness, it doesn't dead. It again reborn as ring of fire. So here darkness and ring of fire are the two juxtaposition I have used in this poem. So juxtaposition is one main thing to write haiku. Next comes the syllable part. Syllable part is nothing but every poem in English you can use the syllables. Once you learned how to separate syllable from a word, you can write lot many poems in English. You can adapt lot of poetic form in English. So how to separate syllables, and before that, what syllable is? It's nothing but a unit of pronunciation having one vowel sound with or without surrounding consonant, forming the whole or a part of word. So here, if I say water, here water, I have two syllable. How I say water have two syllable? I pronounce water. Wa is a one vowel sound. Ta is another vowel sound. So I pronounce two vowel in water. So and a. So two vowel sound are there in water. And another word, inferno. No. I is first vowel word. Is another vowel word. No. O is another vowel word. So I pronounce three vowels in inferno. So inferno is a word with three vowels. So consonants are not considered as syllable counting. So only vowel sound is considered as syllable counting. So haiku is a poetic form with 5, 7, 5. So what that 5 denotes? So first line you have to give 5 syllable word. Either it can be a single word or it a compound word. Whatever it may be, the first line should consist of 5 syllable word. So second line should be of 7 syllable line. So it can be a single 7 syllable word, or it can be a compound of words, group of words it can be. And again it's a 5 syllable word. Either it can be a single word, or the words can be single or a compound group of words. But it should be written as 5, 7, 5. Consonant, and again I am saying consonant are not considered as a syllable count. Silent words are not considered as a syllable counts. So what, W-H-A-T, what is a single syllable word. What, is the vowel sound in what. So W-H-A-T, what is single syllable word. If you write T-H-E, the, it's a single syllable word. If you write A, simply an A, it is a single syllable word. It is considered as one syllable count. Syllable, S-Y-L-L-A-B-L-E, syllable. It is a 3 syllable word. Syllable is a 3 syllable word. What R is silent. Inferno, R is a consonant sound. It is not considered as a vowels. So, yeah, consonant or never count. Only vowel sound in a word is considered as syllable count. Yeah, juxtaposition is must in haiku. Contra part must be written in haiku. Following the traditional part, juxtaposition is compulsory to write a beautiful haiku poem. Compulsory it is there. It must be there. Later on, nowadays, lot of modifications have been done in haiku poems. But if we follow the traditional one, compulsory juxtaposition must be there in the poem, as well as syllable part. Syllable part is the main thing. Once you know how to separate syllables from the word, you can easily write beautiful haiku poem. Sorry, I got a call. So that's the thing, main thing. Do you have any doubt? Should I explain it once again? What is haiku poem and all? Should I explain it one more time for those who are new to haiku poem? Haiku is nothing but Japanese poetry form. The essence of haiku is nothing but it's a cutting and is often represented by the juxtaposition of two images or ideas. Juxtaposition is nothing but two contradictory ideas or images that you wanted to give it in your poem. That is called juxtaposition. Even Shakespeare, he chose juxtaposition while writing Romeo and Juliet. He chose dark and light in his poetry form. So traditional haiku consists of 17 morae. Morae is nothing but a syllable. It is called morae also, where Japanese poet used haiku for describing nature, and in Japanese they are printed in a single vertical line, while in English we used to print in 3 lines with 5:7:5 syllable or morae. So juxtaposition is again nothing but what that means is how it is connected to haiku is juxtaposition in a literary text occurs when the author deliberately places two contrasting things side by side. So yeah, sure, I would love to give you example for syllables and all. Here let me explain for juxtaposition one more time. The wind of Fuji. I have brought on my fan, a gift from Edo. Here the wind of Fuji is one juxtaposition and fan is another. His fan is of wind of Fuji. He compared wind of Fuji and fan. Those two contrast idea he placed in the haiku. So the poem I am going to give is imbibing darkness. So imbibing darkness, glowing ball not dead, reborn, oh the ring of fire. Let me explain. What I have used is imbibing darkness. Here I used darkness, imbibing darkness as one thing, and glowing ball, sun as another juxtaposition. Where even after drinking the darkness, the glowing ball didn't die. It reborn as the ring of fire. So I have used glowing ball as one juxtaposition and imbibing darkness as the another juxtaposition. So let me give the syllable explanation in this poem itself. Imbibing. So here I am one syllable. I am by, bi, by. I is another syllable. Bing. B is, consonant may be stressed, but it is not considered as the syllable count. So bing. B I have stressed, but ing is the syllable count over there. B is not the syllable count over there. So imbibing. So 3. Darkness. Darkness. Dark. Ness. Another one. So imbibing, darkness. So here imbibing have got 3 syllable, darkness have got 2 syllable. So totally first line consists of 5 syllable in the imbibing darkness poem. So glowing. So here glowing. Again glow, O is one vowel sound, ing is another vowel sound. So glowing. So here glowing is 2 syllable word. Ball, ball, aw. So here ball has got only 1 syllable sound. Glowing, 2, ball, 1. Not, again it is only 1 syllable count. Dead, again it is only 1 syllable count. Imbibing darkness, glowing ball, not dead. Reborn, re-e-born, on. So 2 syllable, reborn. It's 2 syllable. So again second line consists of 7 syllable here. O, the ring of fire. O. Again it is 1 syllable. The is 1 syllable. Ring, re-e, ring of fire. So again third line consists of 5 syllable line. So syllable is nothing but how many times you are pronouncing. In short, I am saying it in short. I don't want to give you a lot of explanation through syllables. So syllable is nothing but count of how many times you are pronouncing the vowel in one particular word is considered as syllables. If you pronounce 3 times a vowel in a particular word, it is considered as 3 syllable word. 1 time it is 1 syllable, 2 time it is 2 syllable. Water, again it is 2 syllable word. Inferno, it is again 3 syllable word. So nothing is tough to write haikus. Only 2 main part is must. That is, of course, your imaginations and your writing skill. Apart from that, thinking skill, apart from that, juxtaposition and syllable counts are must in haiku poem. So that's all for the haiku. If you have got any doubt regarding syllable count after this video session, I would love to post a link where you can easily check the syllable count, as many of them are going to begin to write the haiku. So for them it will be very useful. After that, if you hear a word, after you master in it, if you hear a word, you can easily write, how you easily can tell how many syllables there are in the word. So after this session, I will be posting one big post. You just go through it. It will be very useful for you all. So shall I finish off this, Biraji? Yeah, dear Prerna, thank you so much for your beautiful comment, and thank you one and all. Thank you Samshul Haq ji, thank you Anupal ji, Shifali ma'am, thank you all. Som ji, thank you. Okay then, thank you all. I am signing off. Let us all meet in another one session with another beautiful poetic form. Thank you all.